Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's Motivational Moments. Today, we're going to be talking about ways that you can empower yourself and embrace your best life ever and to follow the road less traveled, or even the road you're on, just to continue it if that's really what you want to do. And I think it's important for all of us to be our true, authentic self, not live up to the standards of other people, or not do everything because everyone else is doing it, but find what makes you tick, what makes you happy, what feels empowering to you. Lead with your strengths, minimize your weaknesses, and don't be afraid to take chances. That's what this is all about. And my husband Stan sent me an article a couple of days ago from Psychology Today. And he said, this might be something you are interested in for your Women with Guts segment. And I looked it over and I went, oh my gosh, this is just perfect. And the article is titled, Embrace Your Life and the Road You Choose to Take. And it says you can live powerfully when your life grows out of your authentic self. And the tips from this article include, we only get one life to live. Isn't that true? And we alone are able to choose how we live it. They also go on to say, embracing your life means being true to yourself, not living by someone else's rules, expectations, or standards. Living your best life can require you to choose your authenticity, what is you, over other people's acceptance. How many times do we look for recognition or acceptance from others, thinking A, that we're going to get it, and B, that we deserve it, which we probably do, but I think too many times we depend on that, and we're afraid to be our authentic selves because maybe we won't be accepted, or maybe we won't be part of the tribe that we've been in, or the box that we've been put in, no matter if it's a family box, if it's a work box, if it's a psychological box. Sometimes it's safe if you are in the box and you could kind of hit the sides of it, but you're so afraid to jump out of the box, like a jumping jack. But I think the real challenge for all of us is to learn how to be authentic and live our best life doing what is best for us and not depending on what's best for other people, because most of us are people pleasers and we want to help others, and that's so important. But I think sometimes we get lost in the process and that we find ourselves not nurturing ourselves in so many ways. Anyway, I learned a lot from this article, and it was interesting. The author talks about New Year's resolutions, and she said that she doesn't like setting resolutions or goals because they're so defining. They're so, sometimes can be very limiting, and our goals may change. You may have a goal of working at a certain place and getting to a certain level, and then all of a sudden you realize, I set that goal, but I don't think I want to work there anymore. I think I want to go over here and I want to do this or I want to do that. So what she does, and actually is something that I do as well, is, come up with a slogan for this year or any year that you're planning your goals. How do you want to feel? How do you want to present yourself to the world? What's going to make you happy? And then just write down little statements and practice talking about those statements, your self-talk. That's what psychologists call talking to yourself. You're not crazy if you know what you're doing, but just talk to yourself and let yourself hear what you want to happen. And just also imagine that it is already happening. It is in the present tense. A few things that I wrote down for this year are, number one, I want to feel happy and I want to feel good as often as possible. So that's my number one goal. I'm not sure what that's going to be. Exactly. I'm not sure how I'm going to get it, but it's really important to me to feel happy, feel good. The second thing is I want to be appreciated and I want to be recognized for either who I am, what I do, or any of that. I just want to have that. And number 3, I want to lead with my strengths and minimize my weaknesses, but more importantly, lead with my strengths. And that brings me to the other point. Sometimes we end up doing things the way other people do them, or we measure ourselves up against other people that may be in the same occupation that you have, and we think we have to be like them, or do as much business as them, or be as successful as them. But you know what? It isn't about that. You're only in competition with yourself, and you know where you started. You know how you're progressing, and you know where you want to go. You know what? No two people are alike. Everybody's goals are different. Everybody's motives are different. So if we can get out of that framework, I think we're going to be a lot happier. So that was my other piece of advice for 2022. I think a lot of times people think that, I've got to find my best place. I've got to find my home. Where am I going to feel fully accepted and loved just the way I am? And you know what? We could go on that search, and we do. We want to find a place where we feel like we really fit in. We want to be in a place where we're loved and appreciated, and we want to find our true home. But when it's all said and done, you know where our home is? It's actually within ourselves. Because if you're not happy within yourselves, if you can't feel like you are at home right now, no matter where you are, well, then you're making it a lot more difficult on yourself. So the goal is stop reaching out on the outside to find your home, but instead turn inward and make yourself happy. And also then your home will be inside yourself. Another point that I learned in this article, which was just fascinating, is that when embracing your life, you need to be okay with, like I said, being different than other people. And you have to be willing to stand out from other people. You don't have to always do it their way. You don't always have to feel like you are accepted if you don't do that way. You feel like you're going to be punished, okay? And I think by doing that, you have a risk of disapproval, not being accepted because you are not acting in accordance to how other people want you to act. So I think it's important that we come up with our own values, our own judgments of ourselves, and stop measuring ourselves to other people and in other situations. That's my goal for 2022. I just want to be so real, so authentic, and so happy. It doesn't matter where I am, what I'm doing, or who I surround myself with. But I will tell you, on the other hand, it's important to surround yourself with people that are supportive of you, that cheer you on, that want you to do your best. Because when you are surrounding yourself with those people, it will encourage you to do better for yourself and not for others. So in closing, I found a line in this article, and this is what she says: embrace your life, and you will find the safest, most accepting home within your own heart. That will make all the difference. So relax, take a big breath, think about what you want. Think about what's your slogan this year? How do you want to feel? And then once you have that figured out, the universe or God, whoever you want to call it in your space, will bring things towards you because you know what you want and how you want to feel. So let the universe and God do the work for you. Just be yourself and be the best version of yourself and be happy. Thanks. I'll see you next week. Let me know what your slogan is. Bye.